Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. It is originally created for Friday, the 28th of October, but it is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it still applies to your situation, that's great. By all means, use it. If it doesn't make any sense or it doesn't seem to connect with you, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong or nothing's broken. It just might mean that you're working on something different at this time. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there shows you just some things I want you to think about when utilizing my readings, what decks I'm using, how to contact me on social media for a private reading or just to follow me. Not that I'm like very big on social media, but whatever. And what easy ways to support the channel. Some easy ways are hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, share the video out with your friends, and leave me a question or comment on the video. I do read them all. All right, so let's get into this. I will be referring to the energy of the Sunday underpinning reading, which is the underpinning energy that I do every Sunday for the week. And that populates at the lower left-hand corner of this video. So you can watch that after this. And let me see what the time is for today. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing. It's been like a crazy morning already. And our car, oh, Jesus, this bitch. She won't leave me alone. Did you hear how many times I shuffled those cards, guys? This is like the medicine bag from last month for me. Okay, I'm going to describe this one more time. We're holding our own. We're holding our truth. We're willing to fight for it. We need to stand our ground. We need to be courageous. We need to face the challenge. We need to do so from a place of grace and peace, though, with this card. The 7 leads us to, the 8s, which are about balance. Wands is the fire, the desire, the spirit. We really need to be listening to our spirit. I really need to be listening to my spirit. I need to be listening to the grapefruit above my head that's telling me what I know to be true. I need to take action on it, and I'm not. And I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing this card so much. Or at least why I think she keeps showing up. Yesterday's reading, she was here. She's been here a couple of times this month. This is about defending your position, standing firm on, your ideals, and being willing to fight for them, being willing to stand up for them and give them the sort of the attention, the protection, the defense even that they deserve, right? So defending your position, defending how you feel, believing in that, and standing true to that is really what's going on here. Underneath this, though, from the Sunday reading, we shift from that 6 of Wands into a place of the 8 of Swords. So some of you might be doubting it or fearing it or feeling trapped by a situation or something. The 7 of Wands says, no, don't feel trapped. Stand in your truth. Stay centered. Stay grounded. Don't give up your truth for anyone else. Right? Oh my God. Let me just get through this. Oh, I see the 6 of Cups, like all these cards that keep like fucking showing up in the shuffle. I don't want to do this reading. I'm just going to go through this quickly. So for our Mystic Oracle is stillness associated with the sign of Aquarius. It is the heron. Right? Let me read you the heron. Heron, stillness. This card represents stillness and serenity. Unlike bear, who inspires physical rest, the heron card signals psychological and spiritual rest. The heron is a fishing bird who relies on stillness to catch prey. As they wait patiently in a calm pond, the water becomes glassy and still. Their balance upon their stalk-like legs inspires harmony, centering, and tranquility. This card urges you to stop and take a moment to center yourself. It's a card for meditation, mindfulness, reflection, and grounding. All of that helps us to remain clear on what this is for us, guys. In Korea, the heron is a symbol of grace and transcendence above the mundane world. A heron on the ground is associated with earth and waters around them. But as they take flight into the boundless air, they transcend the physical. If you have been too grounded in the material or focused on the physical, then this card urges you to look higher. If the bodily reality of a situation is too definite and painful right now, focusing on mental journeys might be safe and healing. Out-of-body experiences, visualization, and higher consciousness may be calling you as ways to get through the present situation. This card may also represent those born under the Western zodiac sign of Aquarius. Shadow reading. As the heron strikes and plucks a fish from the water, the splashes of chaos take over and ripple out. Stillness may be the calm before the storm. Alternatively, the ripples of someone else's chaos may be threatening to surge into your world. Time to get up. The correspondences are the element of air and water. The flora is cypress, reed, lily of the valley, magnolia. The stones are moss agate, blue calcite, chrysocolla, and jade. And the spellwork is promoting inner calm and peace, quelling fear and doubt. Let's look to the clarifiers, guys. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Grounded work. Is now the time to harvest? Is now the time to make the decision? We have the Seven of Wands there also. 2 sevens. It's a transitory sort of period. We're trying to move into a place of balance. We've done the work. We've put in we see like the potential for the harvest, but is now the right time. That's why and stillness says to me, it may not be a time to take action. That's why I don't get much of a fight out of this Seven of Wands woman. We have the Seven of Cups. All right, hey, 777, why aren't we in fucking Vegas? This is confusion. Which cup do I choose? Which path do I choose? This is some of that Eight of Swords energy that underpins this right now. Today's going to be a glorious day where we can either be in confusion or contemplation and stillness and standing in our truth. We might go back and forth a little bit in it. We might even feel somewhat stuck in it. The last card, which actually sort of maybe might save the day, is the King of Swords. He's going to support logic over emotion, right? So when we get into the Seven of Cups or when we get into that Eight of Swords, we need to call upon our internal King of Swords, the precision, the intellect, the intelligence, sometimes he can be perceived as cold, right? Or disassociated in a way, but we might need to step back and have some of his presence here to help us to really contemplate the amount of work and what are we working on? What are we harvesting here? What is the end game goal here? And are we even ready for it is the question, right? And I get from all of these sevens, we may not be, 777 is an angel number. We might want to look that number up. I'm going to go do so after this reading just to see what that has to say. But maintaining a stillness, maintaining a logic, holding our ground. Also, the King of Swords would be about holding ground. He's sort of sitting there facing dead on in the present moment, really looking at the situation. He's not necessarily taking action, but he's measuring what his options are. And he's a wise, authoritative figure, right? He's also staring us dead in the face, just like the Seven of Wands is. So what we know to be true in our spirit, we need to also make true in our mind. And then we need to not maybe let our emotions cloud us, ground into the work or the decision, the pause that may need to take place in the stillness that needs to happen to gain the clarity for us to be able to move forward and make the decision we need to make. Be aware that that Eight of Swords could offer us a feeling of being trapped, stuck, unable to see, and it could perpetuate this Seven of Cups in the center, where it stirs up our emotions and creates more confusion. We don't want that to happen today. The King of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Stillness card, and even the Seven of Wands will kind of help us if we can kind of lean more into those energies and try and buffer our emotional confusion or our thought limitations or our communication limitations to a place of meditative stillness or logic. Here is the grounding stone, and the word is desire. Now, desire ties back to this Seven of Wands. Wands is that fire, it is that desire. What is it that we want? How do we want to get there? How can we get there in a cool, calm, collected, centered way? It may not feel like we can today with all of this seven energy going on, but we need to sort of stay focused on what we desire from this outcome. Do we desire happiness? Do we desire, a goal? Do we desire to just be free of it all, right? Maybe that's our desire. Maybe there's a freedom we give ourselves in all of this that we're unaware of. You have to determine that for yourself today and then stay somewhat focused on that, is my belief. Remember, the grounding stone this week is to enjoy. So try and enjoy this day and this process. You're going to learn something as you go through it. That is your reading. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.